Oh, there it goes. Hey, y'all. We're having a little technical difficulty. Welcome back to Chat with Coach Amy. Today I'm going to say your name properly. Okay. Sapphire. I always say Sapphire.
You can say whatever you like. You got it right.
Oh, you're so funny. I have a bud. Her name is Emerald. And I have my
I like that.
Sapphire here. Wes's grandmother, I think her maiden name was Diamond. So
Ooh.
I know I love all those
We have a
things.
bearded dragon named Diamond, so
Do you?
yeah.
That's fun. Well, I
Yep.
was telling Sapphire that I'm gonna have to say it that way because that's how I say it. Um, that I've had a rough day. I spoke. We have a Build Your Business Challenge for the Trim Healthy Mama coaches, and they asked me to talk this morning, so I did that. And then I was about to go get my lunch, and the school called. And Knox, our youngest, had an accident on the playground. We think something's wrong with his leg. I'm like, is it broke? Like, but he busted it up pretty bad playing kickball. He just got tripped up and fell, one of those things. But he had to have 6 stitches, and
That's
yeah,
not good. That's no
yeah.
fun.
But girl, I grabbed my RX bar, and it was time. It was 4 hours, and I need
You
something
gotta
easy.
eat.
I grabbed that thing out of there, and then when I got home, I had an I've got a little bit left of it, a little shake, and I had a oatmeal on the go cup that I made yesterday in group coaching. So the timing wasn't perfect, but I needed to eat something else. The RX bar, I think I burned that right on up. And I went to CrossFit this morning, so I'm usually I burn things through a lot faster on
Yeah,
CrossFit, but I had to lay on top of him because he was screaming. It was just a little,
that's no good.
yeah, but my
My
cheeks are
oldest had
still
to have
red, I
stitches
think.
on her lips.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Oh my
she
God.
had 4, and
Well,
she was like 2 or 3.
I
That was
told
tough.
Marlene, I was like, oh, I just hope I don't have to mess up this podcast and have 3 calls when I get done with you
Oh,
to make
geez.
up for something else. And I'm like, bless it. And Wes isn't here. He's out of town. He's on his way back. He went with my parents to get something out of town. And I'm like, ah,
Chaos.
it's all gonna be fine now. It's all gonna be
Yep.
fine. But Knox is doing okay. He's just gotta not be a little boy for a little while. But
Take it easy.
I told him, I said, if you run and you fall, you're gonna have to go through all of that stitching again. He goes, I ain't running.
Mhm.
I was like, okay. Well, honey,
Hopefully he learns.
I know. Well, thank you for all of that. Why don't you
You're welcome.
introduce yourself to everyone?
I'm Sapphire Reese. I am 33. I'm from Massachusetts. I have been married to my husband, Tom, for 11 years. We have a daughter, Emma, and she's 11. And then we have a daughter, Lily, who will be 8 in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Have a Lily. Oh,
She is obsessed with you. Emma likes you too, but like Lily, she will come sit with me if we're having dinner, and my mother-in-law lives with us. So if she's not here for dinner yet, she'll be like, "Can we watch Coach Amy videos while we eat dinner?"
goodness. That is
And
so funny.
if she comes home and if she's calm, I told her she can come say hi to you real quick.
Okay. Okay.
But we'll see
Absolutely.
how that goes.
We'll see. Yes, that'll be fine. That'll be very good. So, do you stay home with your girls?
I did for about 10 years. In March, I went back to work. I'm a lunch lady right now because it's only 3 hours and it just works really well for getting them off the bus and everything. So for now, that's it.
That's good though. That's good. Gives you something to
Yeah.
do and all that.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. Very good. Anything else?
Um, I don't know.
What do you
That's
like to
probably
do for fun? Do you do things for fun? Sometimes moms are like, what's that? I get to take a
I
shower.
yeah, people ask me that and I'm like, I don't really know. I like reading. I like sort of gardening. I kind of get into it and then I'm just like, I have to weed. I don't want to do that.
That's so funny. Have you always lived in Massachusetts?
No,
No.
I'm originally from Vermont.
Oh, oh,
Um, my whole family's up there, so
oh man.
it's
You want to hook
crazy.
me up with somewhere to stay in the fall? Because I
I don't
would love to do
I
that.
mean, you could pretty much stay anywhere and it's gonna be nice. I just stay with family and I call it good.
Yeah. Golly, that is definitely on the bucket list, man, for sure.
It's beautiful. Go in the fall.
Yeah,
For sure.
No,
Like,
no. Look, JJ and I are just excited to go to Nashville in 2 weeks for the fall. I'm like,
that'll be awesome.
I'm about to message somebody up there and say, y'all leaves turning yet? Like, I need to know. Is it beautiful?
Not yet. Up here hasn't started turning, so I don't think down there is.
Probably not. Everything here looks like it's fall, but it's just dead because we've been in a drought.
Oh, we haven't. Our grass is still lovely, and usually it's like burnt up. It's crazy.
Well, we switched, I think.
Yeah. We've had a lot of rain.
We have not. Then it's hot. Surface of the sun hot. It's better. Like the high was 93 and we were excited. You know,
crazy. That's hot.
It is cuckoo. So let's talk about your trim healthy journey, friend.
All right.
Tell me about it.
Beginning.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I started in 2014, and that was like about a year after I had my youngest. No, 2 years after. And I was pretty heavy. I was on blood pressure medication because I had had high blood pressure for a while, and I just needed to be on it after her. So I found it from my aunt, not my aunt, my mom's cousin, and she was like one of the testimonies they had up. And so I was like, well, this has got to be kind of a real thing. I've never heard about it before, but
Right.
and then I was scrolling through, and it looked like some people like were quite like posting what they ate, not really pictures, but typing it out and stuff. And I was like, well, it seems like they're eating real food, so that's good. It's not like some weird thing. So I got the book and I started reading that, and it just made a lot of sense to me. So I just started doing it, but I was still skeptical. I'm like, this is probably never going to do anything. And so a couple months later, I was down a decent amount. And so I kept with it, and I kept seeing my doctor for the blood pressure medication, and he kept lowering it. And then I was off of it in six months. And I was down probably 65 pounds by then.
Wow.
Yeah. So I started at 230, and I got down to like 165, like with no trouble, really.
Wow.
And I had perfect health after that. And I was just like, okay, I'm sold. Like I could do this forever. But I really wasn't doing the plan that well. Like I really was, because I had a lot of success, but I ate a lot of S meals. They were heavier, and
You're doing dirty THM.
I was. I really was. And I did that for a long time. I got pregnant with Lily in 2015, and I stayed on plan. I had some more crossovers. I only gained 25 pounds with her, and it was extremely healthy pregnancy compared to Emma. I had preeclampsia with her. I had to go in early. It was bad. I couldn't leave the hospital for a week.
Wow.
It was crazy.
How tall are you?
5'3".
Oh.
So we're like kind of the same. So I had a healthy pregnancy, and I nursed her for about a year, and I stayed on plan. It was a little early with her. I wanted to go longer, but she was a biter, and she did not stop.
Yep.
So it stopped.
I will never forget. I don't remember. I'm not going to say which one, and I really don't remember which one it was, but I had a biter. I remember now. I won't say it. Should be mortified. But I would pop her face. And one time, I think we were just around some female. Actually, towards the end, I could care less. If you don't want to see my, shirt open, you just need to look somewhere else. Be a grown person.
Exactly.
But I was discreet. But anyway, I popped her face when she bit, and I thought this family member was going to call like the CPS on me. I'm like, no, they get popped.
You don't know how that feels.
She was older. It's not like she was a month old. Don't have teeth a month old. This child has teeth.
Yeah. Emma did it once. I did that to her. She stopped. Lily, she would look at me and laugh. I'm like, we're not doing this.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Each his own, man. My kids are fine.
Yep, they're great.
Okay, get back to that. Sorry.
So I So I nursed her. That went great. I lost a little weight. I really wasn't trying to because I didn't gain that much with her. But then things got kind of stressful in different areas with the family. And I didn't really stay on plan. It got a little more dirtier than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I basically was doing it, but I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. Because my main thing is gut protein and whatever, and you know, or it's the weekend, I'm good in the week, no big deal. And then more stuff happened. And then 2019, my dad had a bad accident and he had a really bad concussion. He was bleeding from his head and he had hypothermia and he probably should have died then, but he didn't.
Wow.
But um,
Okay.
so that was really hard to go through. And then COVID. And so COVID got crazy and we ended up going and staying with my dad. And that was really nice. But then it kind of calmed down and you could see a change with my dad a little bit. And that was hard to see how much he had changed because I know he had had concussions before. So I'm pretty sure he had had so many and his personality changed just enough where I could tell it, but from the outside you wouldn't know.
Right.
And in the summertime, mm, I had gone home like the end of spring, and in the summertime, I got a call that he had died very tragically. And that was really hard.
Yeah.
And I did not deal with that well at all. So everything was just whatever, it's fine, I'll figure that later. Um, and then we quickly moved into a house because my husband didn't want us in an apartment. And my mother-in-law moved in with us because he works away from home a lot. Um, so she moved in with us, and that was a huge help. I did get a little bit depressed, and I saw my doctor. And during all this time, I've had heavy periods since forever. It all ties in.
Yeah.
Um, so I was depressed and I was getting really, really tired. And I'm just like, it's just because I'm depressed. Like I used to get really depressed in high school, but it was fine. But this was different because I went on antidepressants for a very short period, but that really made me feel really off. So I stopped taking them. And we they're just like, oh, well, it's just because you're depressed. You just need to go do something. So I tried starting to work out a little bit, but that was too hard to do. And by January, I had my yearly exam. And I'm like, I'm just really tired all the time. I'm sleeping all night. I wake up exhausted. I'm like, I'm going down, like, I have my laundry in the bathroom. You go right down the stairs, right under that is my laundry room. I'm like, I go down there and I come back up. I'm sweating. I'm out of breath. Like,
Wow.
it was really bad. And they're like, oh, I don't know why you're having that. I'm like, me either.
Can we figure it out, please?
Yeah. Yeah. So they did some blood work. They're like, everything looks fine, but your iron's low. So they sent me to a specialist and I'm in the room with him and he's looking at my numbers. He's like, I don't know how you're here right now. And I'm like, I drove here. I don't know what you're talking. Like, it wasn't clicking for me. And he's like, your ferritin level is a 3. A
Whoa.
3. He's like, I've never seen someone so low, like outside of a hospital. Like, if you're that low, you go to the hospital. I'm like,
Yeah.
everyone's just told me it's fine. It's normal period, normal period. So he starts me on iron infusions, which it's a 6-week, like once a week for 6 weeks, you get the infusions. So I did that twice and it worked and it lasted for about 3 months. And he's like, it should be staying more stable than it is. He's like, you're dropping extremely quickly. for having 2 of these. So I tracked my periods and like how much I was losing. And you're supposed to, for a heavy period, you're only supposed to lose like 80 milliliters or something like that for a heavy one. And I was doing like triple that. It was like about 300. And that was on
Wow.
day 4. And I'm like, I'm not doing any more tracking because I have a 7-day cycle. Like, that's insane. And so I told my doctor that I was like, this is not normal. Like, I can't keep going for iron infusions for the rest of my life. Like, that's not going to be working for
Right.
me.
Right.
So I had to have a uterine ablation,
Mm.
and that helped a bit. I still have a period now, so that's annoying, but
Yeah.
so that helped. I had 1 or 2 more infusions after that, and I haven't seen him since December now. And I'm hoping I won't have to see him again. I'm really hoping, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So I couldn't, and
It's
through that time, I was trying to do Trim Healthy Mama and be on plan and like bump my iron up crazy, but I couldn't lose anything at all
your
until
body
like
was probably under so much
it
stress.
was so stressed. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm still rebuilding strength from what I lost from that time. Like my muscles are not where they used to be.
And when was that? What year was that?
Let me see. Uh, 2020. So 2021 is when they started treating me.
Hmm.
And then, so 2022, I've been following you since 2020, right around COVID.
Thanks.
So I've been doing that. I've been
I
watching
remember
you.
your name. So I'm a jewelry girl, if you don't know
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Love the jewelry. That was my first job in high school. And I actually went at another jewelry store in college. And I love jewelry. And so your name being Sapphire, I remember it. It's a very it's an odd name for a person, but
I've never met another Sapphire.
I don't know.
I've heard of other Sapphires, but I've never like met them. So I'm
But
like,
does your
eh,
mama love sapphires? Were you born in September?
no, I'm December.
December.
And my dad named me.
Oh, well, you could be topaz. So that's
It was
blues
either
on
going to be
top.
Ruby, it was going to be Ruby or Sapphire.
Oh,
So I'm like, I'm glad it was Sapphire.
I love it. That's neat. So you've been following me since 2020. That's funny.
Yep.
Well,
But
what
I
made
wasn't
you?
losing until
Yeah.
last year, right before, like it was in the summertime. I'm like, I'm so sick of this. I'm just gonna watch some of I did your, what were they? The Trim Healthy Simple, Keep It Simple videos.
Yep.
Love
Yes.
those.
Simply
Love those.
THM.
I'm like, why are you
Yes.
making this so hard? It's not hard. Like you literally did this. What is wrong with you? So I
Yes.
was like, okay, I needed you to just be like, what the heck, girl? Get it together. This is what you do. And so I did that for a month and I was on plan. And then I'm like, okay, 30 days on plan. I can do that. And then in the middle of that, my 30-day challenge I was doing by myself, I'm just copying your meals and stuff. And I'm like, this is doing great. And then you popped up with your 100-day challenge. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do it. I just
Deep.
did 30 days. Why not? So I did that. And then I did Trimtastic Holiday. Love that.
Yes.
I'm signed up for both of them already.
All right.
So
Year
excited.
2, baby.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. So, yeah, so I've just been doing that. And I did buds and then blooms in the spring, summer, those ones. And so this last year I'm down 25 to 26 pounds, depends
Oh,
on what it wants to say.
I know. I feel you. I feel you. So if we could go back to 100 strong, because when this airs, they'll still have some days to talk about that. I think.
Mhm.
Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't matter. I still want to talk about it. So when you did 100 strong, were you just like, I mean, I guess you trusted me because you'd been following me for a while already, but how I can help you, the lives, just knowing you promised yourself.
Sorry, you broke up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay.
So
It's
on
okay.
100 strong, on 100
Mhm.
strong, Did you feel like the lives helped, the tracking sheet, or just knowing that you promised yourself to be on plan?
I like the tracking sheet and I love the lives. I always love your lives. They're great. Um, but I just felt like I could do it. Like, and I've never done 100. Well, I've been on a plan for 100 days, but I've never done it like super clean or super, um, like through the holidays ever. Like this, that was my first year being on plan through all the holidays, no excuses, no nothing. And that was a huge, huge thing for me because, it's kind of sad when you
Yeah,
lose someone to go through the holidays.
yeah, I can't imagine. I
So,
can't imagine. Yeah.
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 So I was like, you can do it. Like, dad's cheering you on anyway. So,
Oh yeah. Oh, I
sorry.
didn't cry a while ago. I was really close, but now I'm even closer. I can't imagine.
Yeah. So, it's okay.
Bless your heart. The holiday group. I imagine that was good for you just to have like a posse of people,
Well, and
that
you made it like easy too, like because you had
oh yeah, here you
examples and you're like, do this. There are your recipes. Like, here you go. And I'm like, well, obviously, why would you not do that? Like, all you have to do is look for things you already make, which is so dumb to me because I mean, it's not dumb, but like, it's like I already did that when I first started. I'm like,
go.
I want this treat. Pop that baby in. I
Baked
can
in
find
chocolate chip
whatever
cookies. Yeah.
interest, or it might be heavier than whatever, but it's not sugar. So I was like, this is not rocket science.
Oh, you're
Why
right.
am I doing this to myself? So it was that was really helpful because I was like, perfect, I can try that. And watching you make certain things and you're like, oh, this one wasn't good, or this was good, or
Yeah.
you know, this is my tweak for it, or that was it was
Oh,
helpful.
I'm so glad. So glad. That's awesome. That makes me happy.
I
I
love
know
that. I told my
everybody doesn't love group coaching, and that's okay. But I really like when I hear the good stuff.
No, you have a lot of good stuff. I love buds. I learned a lot from that, and I really didn't want to. I was gonna do it last fall, I won't lie. But I'm like, I really don't need this. I'm doing fine. And then I'm just like, but I feel like it's just not clicking still. Like I still know everything. I'm still doing the same stuff I was like doing last year, but doing buds, I was like, okay. There's a lot more personal choice items that I'm using a lot more than I should be. And
Right.
I remember reading in the books, they're like personal choice items. They should be limited to whatever. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. And I was literally doing them, not recently, but like years ago, I was having them a couple times a day.
Wow.
And I was like, it's fine because I can have a pita bread and have it on my sandwich or on my eggs and blah, blah, blah. No,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
not working.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, it was good. I like that. And then I love blooms because you have all of the things and I like to read stuff. I like to highlight. I have binders of your stuff, like
Yep.
the whole
I
thing.
hooked y'all up, man. I
You
hooked
do.
y'all up. It's worth all the dollars.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for that beautiful review. You did a great job.
You're welcome.
What would you say are your favorite non-skill victories? We've talked about your progress with weight loss, and I'm so proud of you for that. And I know you're continuing to work to continue that. I'm sure you're still going. But what would you say some of your non-skill victories would be in the last year?
The last year, my rings being loose enough that I have to have a little,
Oh
what's it called?
God.
A little
Yeah.
guard so it doesn't slide all about. Um, that and getting into a 12 again was lovely.
Wow.
Um,
What size are you?
when I first started, I was probably a 20 or 22.
My gracious.
Yeah. And then just recently, like last year, I was probably 14 to a 16, depending. So
Wow.
it's crazy.
Awesome. Oops, I lost you. There we go. I just clicked off your screen. That's great. That's great. So what do you do? What does your normal day look like since you do work and it's school hours? I was just love to hear you tell us kind of what your day normally looks like in the week.
During the week, well, it depends because I like to work out Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. So if it's a workout day, I will definitely be having an email, my collagen coffee, and I'll do that. And then I usually make a little, I like to call them my little lunch bowls.
Yeah.
Because I get my little divider to go thing and I put all my little things in there and I take it with me and I eat that on the way to work. And then I work, and when I'm done, I'm either having that ends up being my lunch. So I do breakfast, lunch at like 9. That's crazy. And then after that, I have a shake to go. That's a fuel pull. It's usually a collagen coffee, or today I did a whey. And then what else would I have? I don't know what I'm having tonight at all.
That's okay.
I usually plan it. Maybe like spaghetti, like an spaghetti. And then I like to have a collagen hot chocolate for a snack. That's my favorite.
What carby pasta do you use that's on plan?
I like the chickpea.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite. I tried the quinoa one, and that's kind of weird.
It was it's slimier
it's
to
like
me.
the texture of it is just a little too much.
The red lentil is my favorite, but a lot of people can't find that. But
I found it a couple times and I liked it, but my kids didn't like it, so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha. So I did the chickpea this week. We had spaghetti, and so I had that twice. But I will say it was the chickpea from Target, which I don't go there very often, but I just happened to buy some. It was in the cabinet. I'm trying to use all the things up. I'm in that.
I'm trying to do that all the time.
And I have a terrible time. I mean, yeah, y'all got to think about Coach Amy here, okay? Because I'm like, I want to try these things to tell y'all, but then I get all this stuff, and I'm like, I have to use it.
So much stuff. Yeah, no, I get all the stuff because I'm like, oh, Amy's got this, Amy's got that, and then I'm just like, I still have to use it. I don't have enough time.
Yeah, so that chickpea that I got, I had to rinse it off really good because it was kind of like milky in there, and I'm like, wow. Yeah, so I rinsed it really, really good, and it did perfect. That's good. That's a little tip for me, for anybody that has really milky looking water after their stuff's boiled up. Just rinse it. It's fine. It's fine.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be all right. That's right. What are your favorite THM products?
Probably collagen. I really like the MCT oil, but they're not doing that. That's okay. I can get it at the store. I want the brownie fix bars back.
Oh no.
I love those. The chocolate whey. And what else? The gentle sweet, super sweet, stevia. Love stevia.
Yep.
Pretty much everything.
Yep.
I'll buy whatever.
Yeah, I do too. I just got an order today, and I didn't get sweeteners because I had plenty, and I'm going in 2 weeks, so I didn't want to buy a bunch. I could buy it all there and not pay shipping.
Yeah.
So I did get some more shampoo. I will tell you, I haven't talked about this yet in the public, but I get highlights. I've got all the colors. I'm a very dark Snow White hair color, actually. It's very dark. And so I love the highlights in the summer. I'm going tomorrow to get more of a fall look, so stay tuned. But I have been using that purple shampoo, for people with highlights, especially dark hairs with blonde highlights, because that's what she told me. We have well water, and it can cause the brassiness, which I can't stand. I'm like, I paid a lot of money to have the pretty blonde. I don't want to. Anyway,
have that.
Had lunch with Rashida. We were talking about my highlights, and I said, do you know if the THM shampoo is color safe? And she said, I don't know. And I said, you know what? It's okay. I'm just going to try it out. So I quit using the purple shampoo, and I'm only using the THM shampoo and conditioner now. If y'all don't know, if you try the shampoo and it did not lather up, you got to shake the heck out of it. And then I put a little bit on my hair, and then the rest that's left in my hands, I just rub like that. And then I put that on the underside, and then it's lather city, y'all. And I'm washing my hair after CrossFit, so it's gnarly because we're sweating like crazy here. It's so hot. So I do 2 washes like that. I probably use a little less shampoo on the second one because I'm cheap. And then I just let that sit while I do my face and my body and everything else. And then I rinse it out. And then I wring my hair out really good. And then I put the conditioner as a leave-in. I don't even rinse it out. And this is no product. This is just and I know like I have different levels of kinky, but that's all I did today.
That's good.
My first call is more. And so this was damp. There's that. Is my friend here? Is she here?
No, not yet. It's my oldest.
Oh, okay.
No, Lily will come in like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's
I'm very excited about that shampoo. Have you tried it?
Yeah, I have it.
I
love it. The conditioner, I feel like I love it, and I don't love it sometimes. Like it depends on the day. My hair
try it as just a leave-in.
I've tried it, but I have to be really careful because mine is super dry at the ends, but then it can be really greasy also. Like there's no reason for either one of them to happen. It's just happening.
Gotcha. And I'll put more on, like if I have 2 or 3 day hair, I'll put a little more on the ends, just to kind of liven them up. But it's doing good right now. Yeah,
I'll give it a whirl.
I'm very happy because being, with the hormone situation, I have menopause and replacement. My hair is crazy, but I'm telling you, it's crazy. JJ, my best friend JJ, had some of the, I think it's called scalp psoriasis. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Completely cleared up. Completely.
Yeah, because I get it sometimes here too. Yeah.
She has so much volume. Her hair was so flat and it's just like poofing all over the place.
That's awesome.
It is. It is. I love it. Okay. Let's talk about something else. What was I going to ask you about? Oh, do you exercise?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Okay. So I used to go to the gym, but I feel like I'm just not ready to go to the gym yet. So I work out at home and I have a workout program I do on my phone, and I basically just lift weights at home, and that's pretty much it. I did cardio for a little bit over the summer, and that was just like torture. I can't.
So CrossFit, we say, people are like, you just lifting weights. You don't, how do you do cardio? We lift weights faster. That's how we do cardio.
Yeah.
Now we do pull. I had a lot of cardio today. I think my heart rate got up to the highest it's been in a while. We did a lot of jump rope and rowing and burpees. And so we were up and down, and that makes heart rate go up. But
yeah, I hate burpees.
Well, I don't love them, but I do them. So a lot of things I do that I don't love, just to be honest.
Yes.
I love it. Well, good. And how often do you do that?
I try to do it 3 times a week.
Okay. Very good. Very good. How, as a busy mom of 2 little girls, how do you take care of yourself? Do you do anything special for you?
I work out.
Yeah.
I try to go to bed early, and I like to read. And
what kind of books
when my husband's home, we go on dates. So that's fun.
Yeah. What kind of books do you like to read?
I mean, pretty much anything. I like health books, and right now I'm reading the Outlander series, and that's those books are seriously big.
Yeah.
Me forever.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's my third notification. I was not even on that screen. Get off because I'm sick of logging back into it. Needs to stay over there. Sorry about that. I'm doing a thyroid notification, everybody. So, what was I saying on my stars? Why is he still talking?
4,000.
I just got out of it. Yeah, they don't want to hear you, sir. That's very weird. Okay, what was I saying?
I don't know, because you kind of froze on my side.
No idea. I was actually looking at your notes and getting ideas.
Okay.
Oh, my gracious. It was going to be so good. Do you prep on the weekends? We'll go with that.
Okay. Sorta. I'm more of like a during the week kind of prep. I like watching your like live in the kitchens, and I like to prep and listen to you chit chat. And Yeah. So I usually do one in the week. If I can, I'll do one at the end of the week. Or if I have time on the weekend. It's really all over the place. There's no set time. It's just whenever it feels like it needs to happen. And it's
Yeah.
usually when I already have a full fridge.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I have a rule, like when I prep things for cooking in the kitchen live with Groot, until all of that's eaten, we don't make anything else.
Yeah.
And a
Oh,
lot
I
of
literally,
times I don't even have to make anything outside of what I made live in the kitchen.
yeah. Well, not everyone's on plan, so I usually just do it for me. And
Okay.
whatever I prep, if it's a meal, I immediately freeze half of it just right out the gate. So I don't have like a ridiculous amount for the week. And I'm just like, well, you gotta throw all this out, you know? I just portion it all out and it's there for whenever I need it. So,
How did you learn how to make THM work for you?
um, just doing it, trial and error, really. Just
Yeah.
if something didn't work, I wasn't doing it again. Or if I didn't like it, that's out, you know. And if I
Yeah.
liked it, that's definitely going to be in the rotation. And
Do you have a
I
master list of recipes you like?
sort of, I
On in your
I really try not to. I mean, I have a lot of stuff. When I started, I wrote down all my favorites. If it was like a shake or something simple to make or whatever you need for spices, and I would
uh-huh.
just tape it inside my cupboard and open it up and bing, bam, boom, get all your stuff, you know?
Love it. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. So, so good. So, I know you went through a lot with your daddy, and I'm proud of you for getting back on and doing things to make yourself healthier
Mhm.
because there's no telling what would be going on with your body if you hadn't, with all that
Yeah,
you
hot
have.
mess.
Mercy. So, when maybe the grief and stuff comes, do you deal with emotional eating?
Um, well, so this year I was the first year I really went through it with no sugar. So that was a huge, huge thing
Yes,
for me. So
that's huge.
going through that whole week, um, I had crossovers and I had different stuff, but I didn't go off plan or anything like that. And
Yeah.
like I did some like journaling or I would talk to my husband or, you know, whatever. So I I figured like I knew it was a problem and I had ways to deal with it. And I just if I got too emotional, I knew I had to like take a step back and just breathe and figure out why I was getting emotional because it wasn't necessarily about him. It would just be like
Sure.
just in general, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
And I'm like, okay,
Grief
well,
is
that's not
weird.
really the problem. That a cookie's not gonna fix that or
Nope.
whatever, you know? And just like talk myself down like just a little bit. And that helped a lot. And that was really that was that was really big for me because
Yeah.
I had never done that. Any other time I had done that before starting back on last year, I would have just been like, screw it, I'm having Oreos because that's my dad's favorite, or this is my dad's favorite cake, and you know, whatever. So
Yeah. That's a huge step. It is. Did you
yeah,
do my Bible study?
I did not.
You didn't. That's okay.
I was
I mean,
thinking about it, but I'm not really like religious that much.
oh,
Like I am. I like pray and stuff, but like I've never been to church really.
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. But that's what we talked about, is learning how to deal with that emotional stuff, and I brought a lot of scripture into there. But it's okay. It's okay. I was just gonna ask. But it was a very neat process to watch people realize like what you just said, this issue has nothing to do like the cookie isn't going to help fix the issue. I've got to do hard work.
It makes it worse in the moment because like yeah, it makes you feel good, like the taste, but then once it's like in your stomach and like it starts clicking in your head, like all that sugar, it's just like chaos now. And it
Right.
makes it so much worse for next time. So yeah,
Right.
that's a lot.
You're right. You're right. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that. It was a lot of personal, hard things, but I know there's going to be so many that are blessed by your story. And thank you so much. I didn't know any of that because Sapphire is I can't stop. Sorry. She's a group and it's so we've never even talked before like this. So just maybe a few times in Blooms, maybe in Buds.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But it was just like a sentence and a sentence situation,
Yeah.
you know. But this was so nice. I love being able to do this to get to know clients more. It's so, so sweet. So as we close out, do you have any last thoughts that you want to share with everybody?
Just don't make it harder than it needs to be. And no one's going to hold your hand to do it. You got to do it, put in the work,
Right. That's right.
and you'll get a lot from it.
You're right. You're
All
right.
over the place.
Consistent discipline. And that does not sound, you know, precious to everybody because it's not a pill you can pop. It's not something simple. It's hard work. And it's just like how we teach discipline to our kids. It is the exact same thing. We just have to
I've been in a stall for weeks and I've just been ignoring it. I'm like, oh my God, it's so annoying. Like, let's get it together. And finally happened last week. So
to keep going every day. It's over a long period of time, not a short one.
exactly. It'll all happen. It'll work itself out.
Right. That's right. Thank you so much. Truly
You're welcome.
amazing. Amazing. All right, girl. You want to tell them bye?
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening.